Station, this is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
Houston Station, we're ready for the event.
Houston ACR, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Houston ACR. How do you hear me?
I've got you loud and clear.
Please stand by for opening remarks.
Welcome. My name is Mindy Wiley, and I have been in Woodland Park School District since 2003. During that time, I had the pleasure of coaching Nichole Ayers, or Stillwell as I knew her, on her path to becoming a cadet at the Air Force Academy. We here in Woodland Park are so proud to call Nichole a distinguished alumni, and I personally have the honor of calling her a friend. Now here's our first few questions from our students.
My name is Claire, and my question is, what is the most inconvenient thing about living in space?
Good morning, Woodland Park High School. Mindy, great to see you, and I'm so excited that this worked out to get to talk to you guys today. Claire, great question. There are a lot of really awesome things that are convenient about being in space, but I would say the most inconvenient part is the lack of a sink and running water and a drain. So it's tough to wash things. You have to use wipes or figure out how to use water. We don't wash our clothes. We have to throw them away. So we wear our pants for about a month and then throw them away. Same with shirts and things. We have different usage rates for each of our pieces of clothing. So I kind of miss just the running water and a sink.
My name is Maisie, and my question is, does cell regeneration occur slower in space?
Maisie, great question. I think that the body is a really amazing thing, and it adapts very quickly to whatever environment it is in. So, for example, our bones right now in space, we don't necessarily have the force of gravity pulling on us, and our bone and muscle structure is meant for gravity forces. So up here, our bones tend to generate less. The cells degenerate a little bit, and they actually start generating bone loss into our bloodstream, and we actually get rid of some of our bone while we're up here. And then as soon as we get back to Earth, we start to generate those bones again and build that muscle back up again.
My name is Agata, and my question was, what are NASA's latest findings regarding the possibility of life on other planets?
Yeah, we're definitely doing a lot of research right now on life on other planets. You know, we've got the Curiosity rover out there, and we're analyzing a bunch of different samples that have come back from Mars. And so we're starting to see some of those organic compounds that indicate that there might be other life on Mars.
My name is Morgan, and I would like to know if you could show us the space station as well as the things you're currently researching. I'd be very grateful if you could.
Yeah, well, I could show you the Columbus module. That's where I'm at right now. So this is actually where we do a lot of the human science. We do blood draws in here. The ultrasound machine is right here next to me, and I grabbed a probe out so you guys could see it. So we actually do quite a few ultrasounds. We ultrasound our jugular veins, our eyeballs. I've also done cardiac ultrasound, some femoral vein ultrasounds, all sorts of things that we look at on the human body as we adapt to space. And we look at it under different stresses, so cardiovascular stress. We look at it with thigh cuffs on to try to relieve some of the pressure in the head and pull some of that blood back down into the legs and see how that changes the pressure in the eyes and see how that changes the blood flow. So tons of science going on just right here on human bodies, but then also, you know, at any given point on the space station, there are over 200 experiments happening. And so just in this one module, there are several different experiments happening and all sorts of fun science that we get to do right here on the space station.
My name is Natalia, and I'm a volleyball player too. My question is, how big of a role did sports play in your life?
Go Panthers. I think that being on a sports team teaches you how to take care of other people and how important it is to take care of yourself so that you have the capacity to take care of other people. And, on a sports team, you get into challenging environments and you kind of figure out as a team how to get out of them. And I think that really helped me prepare for my future at the Air Force Academy and as an officer and then also as an astronaut. Up here on the space station, there are 7 humans in a pretty austere and hostile environment, and so taking care of each other has been a huge part of what I do. And I think that being a good teammate is just part of being a good human and getting wherever you want to in life.
My name is Raya, and my question was, what was the most helpful course you took in school?
Oh man, the most helpful course. That's a tough one. I think that all of your core classes are really important to build a foundation of understanding of the world and how everything works. And then it's really the teachers that give you the experience. Mindy Wiley was a great coach for me. Nicole Vergens, Mr. Duro was an awesome teacher. There's so many different teachers that had an impact on who I am and where I ended up in life. And I think that often the best courses are dictated by the people around you, and the teachers that helped me get here are definitely important to me, and I think shaped the way that my life turned out.
My name is Tegan, and my question is, what interesting discoveries have you and the crew made on the space station?
Oh man, what interesting discoveries. So right now, we might be working on different science projects, and we actually don't necessarily get to see the discoveries until years down the road when the science gets home and it gets analyzed, and then the scientists get to publish things. But I think one of the coolest things I've heard Anne talk about, she did some protein crystal growth on her last mission, and then the results of that have actually helped with medicine on the ground that help treat Parkinson's disease and cancer. And so seeing the results of the science that we're doing right now won't come for a few years, but I'm really excited to see what happens and what we can do for humanity up here.
Hi, my name is Molly, and my question is, what personal experience during your time at Woodland Park High School helped shape your path to becoming an astronaut, and what advice would you give to students to follow in your footsteps?
Man, I think that, like I said, playing on teams was really important to me. I played on the volleyball team and on the basketball team while I was there. And, just, again, learning how to be a good teammate really shaped who I am today. And I think that a lot of the, Coach Cusimano was there when I was playing volleyball. But I think that the way that you learn how to work together and to achieve a goal is really important, and it's kind of the thing that has really stuck with me from my time at Woodland Park. I also played club volleyball down in Colorado Springs, and so I was super busy. So the other part of that was a time management piece. So how are you a good team player, but then also how do you manage your time to get all your studies done, take care of your team, take care of yourself, and get enough sleep at the same time.
Hi, my name is Gabriel, and my question is, can a bird fly in the International Space Station?
Oh yeah, I think a bird definitely could fly up here. We are in a pressurized module, so we're kind of pressurized right to sea level pressure. There's air density, so a bird and lift would work totally fine up here. It might take them a little while to get their bearings, right? Because a lot of creatures, including humans, use gravity to know what is up and what is down. And here it took me a little while to figure out what was up and down because you can just, float.
My name is Natalia, and my question is, do you have a regular sleep schedule?
Hey, Natalia. Yep, we do. We live on Zulu time, so we are, I want to say about 7 hours ahead of Colorado time. I'd have to do the math on that, but we're just kind of in a different time zone, and we work on a regular schedule. We work from about 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., and then we get to sleep whenever makes sense for us outside of the work hours.
My name is Molly, and my question was, what if you need medical attention in space?
Great question, Molly. We all actually get medical training, and then we have a couple crew medical officers who get additional training. And then we also have astronauts who happen to be doctors as well. So we're lucky enough to have Johnny Kim on our crew, so we've got a doctor with us. And then we've got doctors on the ground that can help support if something happens. They're always there and immediately available, so we can ask questions and get direction from them if we need to. But we all have a baseline medical training.
My name is Savannah, and I was wondering, what is the most challenging part of your mission, and how do you keep yourself motivated?
I think actually the most challenging part of the mission is going to be the spacewalk that Ann and I are preparing for. May 1st, we're going to go out the door and install a modification kit on one of the solar arrays and move an antenna. And, you know, it's one of the most grueling 6.5 to 7 hours of your life that you're going to go through. And so we've been painstakingly studying and getting ready. It's almost like getting ready for your finals or exams. You know, we're walking through every single detail to make sure we've got it all right, so that when we get out the door, we can focus on the mental part and really perform well. So the motivation comes from, I think, the fact that this has been a childhood dream for me, and I am super excited to go out and do something that's so operational.
My name is Carolina, and my question is, how did the Air Force Academy prepare you to become an astronaut?
Man, I think time management, again, at the Air Force Academy was a big thing. I played volleyball. I did a lot of studying. I tried to do well at everything I did. So I really learned some time management skills at the Air Force Academy. But again, being on a team and learning how to be a good leader, you know, at the Air Force Academy, you naturally have some leadership opportunities, and then throughout my career as an officer, that really helped build the foundation for how I was going to lead people and how I decided that what was important to me in terms of taking care of my troops and my officers and my enlisted people. So I think that overall the leadership portion that the Air Force Academy brings is really important.
My name is Tristan, and my question is, why don't you just spin the space station to get artificial gravity?
Hey, Tristan. So the International Space Station is considered a national lab, and actually the main part of our national lab here is microgravity. So we actually want to keep the microgravity aspect of the space station for all of these experiments. It's actually one unique part of this national lab. You know, down on Earth, there's the force of gravity, and so there are a lot of small structures and processes that we don't get to see on Earth because they're being crushed by Earth's gravity. And so up here we get to learn so much more about all these little tiny processes and structures that around the world, and it really informs how we do life on Earth.
Hi, my name is Savannah, and I wanted to know, out of everything you've ever seen, what was your absolute favorite and what surprised you?
Oh man, I think my absolute favorite and what surprised me have been the auroras up here. So we're in a solar max period right now, and we go down right between Australia and Antarctica, and a lot of times it's at like the local midnight time frame. So the aurora forecast, I've been hawking the aurora forecast, but the view is absolutely amazing up here. So not only the world during the daytime and getting to learn geography by colors and terrain, but also at night getting to see these amazing, brilliant auroras.
My name is Riley, and my question is, does plasma behave differently in space?
Hey, Riley, so plasmas are actually pretty rare on Earth, and most of them are actually found in space. You know, they're ionized gases, and they're conductive, so they actually will follow the electromagnetic pathways throughout space. They make up about 99% of the visual universe, so it's pretty cool to get to study those. We've got quite a few pieces of equipment on the space station that can look at that.
My name is Serenity. My question is, if there is a window facing away from the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun, do the stars look the same as they do on Earth?
Oh man, the stars up here are absolutely brilliant. You know, without looking through the atmosphere, and especially when the sun's behind the Earth and the sky is so dark, the stars just look brilliant. So I think they definitely do look different up here. They're much more beautiful, if you ask me.
Hi, I'm Dagger, and my question is,
is, what do your organs feel like in space?
Great question. So I don't really feel a difference in my organs until I get on the treadmill. And when you're running and you're kind of bouncing up and down, you can kind of tell that things aren't quite in the right spot. So it took me a while to get used to running up here because I feel like my stomach's up next to my heart and lungs, which is kind of not where they normally are. And my organs were a little upset the first time I went running.
My name is Rachel. My question is sound different in space? Is it quieter or louder if you yell or whisper?
So up here, we live in a pressurized module, so the sound actually is the same here, but at vacuum it definitely would be different. The one thing I did notice about sound, anything that's metal, we have these tools. I have a bag of tools here, and without gravity holding things in place, we have wind chimes just made out of a bag of tools or tethers. It's been one of the most fascinating things that's very different from Earth that I noticed, and it was one of the first things I noticed about being up here.
Hello, my name is Ian, and my question is, how fast do you have to travel before you fall back down to Earth?
Hey, Ian, great question. So we're about 250 miles above the Earth right now, and we're going 17,500 miles an hour, and that's the speed that we need to go in order to actually stay in orbit. So the Earth is constantly pulling us back down with its gravity, but we happen to be going fast enough to just fall around the Earth and not back to the Earth. So as soon as we start to slow down, our orbit would get lower, and we would eventually start to fall back into the Earth's atmosphere.
Hi, my name is Gage. I was wondering how the International Space Station smells.
Oh man, that is a great question. It kind of depends on which module you're in. So it smells pretty clean in here, but we have kind of what we call the smelly module, the Node 3, where people are running on the treadmill. They're on ARED, which is our weightlifting device. That's also where the toilet is. The toilet is there as well. So it kind of depends on which part of the station you're in. Also, we have cargo vehicles that come up, and they bring a bunch of cargo and have different smells. But I think my favorite smell so far has been actually space. So we have an airlock in the Japanese module. And they recently brought a piece of equipment in from outside, and they put it inside the airlock. We close the outer door, and then we actually get to open the inner door. And that first smell was pretty amazing. If I could describe it, it's kind of like burnt metal. It's got a metallic smell to it because of all the metal outside. But then kind of if you mix that with burnt toast, or if you're familiar with welding fumes, like there's such a distinct smell to actual outer space.
My name is Jacob, and my question is, does your watch work the same in space?
Hey, Jacob. Yeah, our watch, I'm wearing it right now. It works the same. I set it on the ground, and it's been counting how long we've been in space, and it works just like a normal watch up here. Thankfully, our time, like I said, is we're on Zulu time. We live normal day. We work normal hours, and time kind of moves the same here as it does on Earth. I will admit, though, it's going by super fast. We've already been up here for almost 6 weeks, and I don't know where the time went. But having a blast up here, and the time is pretty awesome up here.
Hi, my name is Cindy Gannon, and I'm an assistant principal here at Woodland Park Secondary Campus. I can't tell you what an amazing experience it's been for our students to speak with you today. We are so very proud of our special connection with your crew. Thank you to everyone who made today possible, and especially to the International Space Station crew for making time for us.
And thank you to Woodland Park. Thank you for everything you guys did for me growing up and graduating from Woodland Park High School, playing sports there, like I said. And then my time in Colorado was an amazing time. And thank you to all the teachers who made this possible. Mindy and Nichole got me a Woodland Park High School t-shirt, and it gets here tomorrow on our cargo vehicle, so I'll have to send you guys a picture of my Woodland Park High School t-shirt later, but so excited that this worked out, that we were able to connect, and thank you to the students for all of your curious questions. you guys got me thinking about some different parts of the space station and different parts of life up here that are interesting and exciting. So glad I could share it with you guys, and thanks for being here this morning.
Station, this is Houston ACR. Thank you. That concludes the event.
Thank you to all participants. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.